Hi guys, Ollie here. So I'm going to be taking you through a 30-minute mobility flow, okay? All you're going to need is a mat, potentially some cushions for your knees if you've got sore knees, and maybe some water, okay? So I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, so we're going to start with a bit of ankle mobility, all right? So what I want you to do is up on your feet if you sat down, and I want you to turn one foot to point that way, the other foot pointing forward, okay? And all we're going to aim to do here is we're going to just try and push the knee as far over the toes as we can, okay? The important thing is you keep your heel down the whole time, so that if I'm pushing forward here, I'm not allowing my heel to lift, and I'm pushing that range of motion around that ankle. I'm just going to come back to a vertical shin and then push back forward again, okay? We're going to do this about 8 times, just so we can just explore that range of motion around the ankle joint. Really key movement in allowing the ankle to function properly, and therefore allowing the rest of our body to function properly is the ability for our ankles to be able to bend and flex in this way, okay? Two more. 1, 2. Okay, let's turn the other way now. Same thing, pressing that knee over the toe. Just trying to really close that angle between the top of the foot and the front of the shin. Two more. 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going to go down to the floor. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to ask you to put one knee, okay, so kneel yourself down, and I want you to put one knee right next to a flat foot, okay, so heel all the way down the floor. So if I'm looking from this angle, okay, I want to be in this position. And this heel is flat on the floor, okay, so I'm nice. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, again, put this knee into, this ankle into dorsiflexion, okay, so I'm going to try and push that knee, and now I'm going to load it by leaning my body weight onto that ankle and onto that thigh, okay, so I'm going to do a loaded ankle dorsiflexion stretch, okay? You may feel this down the back of your thighs, back of your calves into your Achilles, all right? And potentially a little bit of a pinch around the front of the ankle. If you want to just ease off and then come back into it, that may take that pinching out away from the front of the ankle. And we're just going to hold this, and we're now going to hold this position for 1 minute, okay? So 1 minute hold. I want you to really get an idea of how we should be breathing. So 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. During that outward breath, I want you to really just try and relax as much as you can and allow that stretch to kick in a little bit more. Okay, so 1 minute on this right side. Just leaning that weight onto that knee, so we're pushing that ankle into a deep flexion. Focus on that breathing. Okay, slowly pull yourself out of that one. Let's change over now, okay? Let's put the other leg. I'm going to turn side on so you get a better idea of how much flexion I'm getting at that knee. So again, heel is down, other knee is right next to it. I'm going to lean my body weight through this ankle now, okay? Try and bring this knee over the toe, try and close this angle, find the stretch, wherever it is for you, and just hold. 1 minute. Really just let yourself go in that out, 3 second out breath. 30 seconds. Okay, slowly come out of that. Just bring your legs underneath yourself. If you have the ability to then sit back onto your feet and the tops of your feet, then please do so, all right? And we're just gonna hold in this position. It's maybe uncomfortable for some across the front of their ankles, okay? Just apply some pressure in, have a little wiggle around, just allow now the front of the ankles to stretch out a little bit. I like to have a nice wiggle around in this position, just really explore the range on that extension of the ankle. Slightly tighter through the top of my right foot and ankle. Everybody will be slightly different. 10 more seconds. Okay, come forward. We're now going to take ourselves into a bit of a toe stretch, okay? So we're now going to bring our feet underneath and we're going to rock back onto our toes with our big toe really tucked under, okay? And we're going to allow our weight to drop back onto them so that you can feel that big toe joint really stretching out and all the toes, potentially all across the underneath of the foot, okay? Because there's lots of tissues underneath the foot that if we're not allowing our toes to really flex and extend properly, can become a little bit gnarled up. So we're just going to hold this position. Now this is quite an uncomfortable position. It can cause a little distress through that big toe joint. It's quite uncomfortable for me. We're going to hold for another 20 seconds, okay? Don't forget that breathing. Okay, slowly peel yourself out of that one, okay? And I want us to climb back up onto our feet again, all right? Now, I want us to bring our feet nice and wide apart, okay? As wide as they'll go. And then once we've got them nice and wide, I want us to come into extension. So I want to tuck that pelvis underneath so that we've opened up at the front of the hips. It might feel a little bit tight through the groin area if you're quite tight through there, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna be pushing back, okay, into a hinge pattern. It's probably slightly easier for me to show you this side on. So if I get my feet back into that position again, here, okay, nice and wide, I'm going to extend and tuck under. Now I'm going to go the opposite way and I'm going to hinge that way. I'm going to reach my arms out as I hinge and I'm going to get a real pull through my posterior chain and hamstrings, and I'm going to drive back through again, tuck under and squeeze, reach, back through, reach and through. Just keep going through that pattern. Really focus on pulling the tailbone away from the backs of the knees. Get the hamstrings loaded. Drive back through into extension. If you can bring your feet out a little bit wider as we do so, do it again. Reach through, reach through. Two more. One. Two. Now I want to stay in this position and I just want to let our hands just hang down towards the floor, okay? Now this is where I really want you to be thinking about your breathing, your 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. And as we breathe out for the 3 seconds, I want you to feel your hands get a little bit closer towards the floor, okay? In, out. But I want it to come from here. I don't want it to come from you bending your back, okay? So spine stays nice and neutral. Tummy muscles are on, and we're just trying to really access that those hamstrings, all those posterior chain muscles down the back of the thighs as we breathe out. and we should slowly start to see our hands get a little bit lower. Ten more seconds. Okay, bring yourself back up again slowly, okay? And now I want you to bring your feet together a little bit, okay? So feet nice and together. And we're gonna do a similar sort of movement. Now we're gonna really allow the spine to play a part and work on segmenting the spine, allowing us to find that range around the spine. So we're going to start in this position here with our head up. We're going to dip our head into our chest, and then we're going to work through our T-spine, slowly, vertebra at a time, peeling down into that lumbar spine as we lower down as far as we can go. Head towards the knees, and then peel yourself back up again. Again, starting with that lumbar spine, into that thoracic spine, all the way up to the head. Then we start the movement again. Three more of these, guys. Breathe out as we lower down deep. Two more. Last one. Okay, just hold down here for a second. Got the ability to grab your calves and hug yourself back towards them, please do so. Okay, slowly peel yourself back up again and relax there. Okay. Right guys, we're going to work on our adductors now, okay? So the inside of our thighs, very important if we want to keep the hip mobility nice and sound, okay? If you've got particularly tender knees, you don't want to kneel on a hard surface too much, then by all means do grab a mat or something to help you on that. I might just grab one of these blocks just to cushion my knee slightly. Like I say, if you've got a sofa cushion or something like that, then that'll be more than adequate, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place that knee on there so it's nice and soft, okay? I'm gonna bring this foot out to the side and I want it pointing forward, okay? So this leg is straight, this leg is bent, all right? What we're aiming to do is we're trying to work on the adductor complex on the inside of the thighs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out over here and we're gonna rock on back, push my bum back towards my thigh, breathe out, and then come forward again. Okay, then I'm gonna rock back, bum back towards the heel, keep that foot down, and we get a tight stretch all the way through here. Try and pull that side of the pelvis down towards the floor. That's 3. We're doing 8 in total. 5 more. Breathe out. 3 to go. One more time. Just hold this for 20 seconds, please. Focus on trying to pull that side of your body down towards the floor. Trying to level out that pelvis as much as you can. I've got a deep stretch through groin adductors. Okay, and rock on out of that. Okay, bring that leg in and change to the other side. All right, so change the mat if you need the cushion if you need the cushion. Okay, again, this left foot is flat and pointing towards the floor. We're going to start in a nice comfortable position, and then we're going to be aiming to rock back and pull this side of the pelvis down towards the floor as we do so. Okay, breathe in and rock back. 2, 8 to do. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. One more time. Let's hold it back here now for 20 seconds. Okay, and peel out of that. All right, now we're going to have a static stretch through the adductors. Okay, so what I want us to do is I want us to bring our knees nice and wide apart into this position here. Okay, my feet are the same, almost like a frog leg position essentially, and I'm going to start in this position, and as I push my bum back towards my heels, I should start to feel that stretch generate in my adductors. So find that stretch, and we are going to hold the stretch for 2 minutes. Okay, gradually inching back if you can, rock back and forward if you need to. Just find that stretch, hold it for 2 minutes. Focus on that breathing, please. "55 seconds to go." "30 seconds. Try and relax as we breathe out. Body likes to be relaxed when it stretches. Okay, slowly bring yourself forward. Can be a little bit uncomfortable to peel out of that initially, especially if you're quite tight through there. Just slide your knees in, close again, and relax there. Good, well done. Okay, that can be quite intense, so spot on there, guys, yeah? What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the world's greatest stretch, okay? So we're gonna include a bit of hip mobility, and we're gonna include some thoracic mobility as well. So what it's gonna entail, guys, is we are going to start back on our knees like so, and we are going to step one leg in, okay, just like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the elbow down towards the floor, and we're going to then lift, and we're going to pull, and we're going to rotate round, rotating through our thoracic spine, okay? Almost think about giving a thumbs up, okay? Back down again. We're going to step out through that side. We're going to step in through the other side. We're going to drop elbow down again. We're going to pull up. We're going to rotate again, and we're going to step back out. Just keep alternating between the two. Elbow down, arm up, rotate, and back out. Two more. Okay, we're going to go back to the original leg stepped in, okay, just into this position here, okay. Now we're going to go into a hip flexor stretch, guys. So if you have the ability to push the hip down towards the floor, I'm thinking about my right side at the moment to get a hip flexor stretch, and you can tuck under and squeeze and get that stretch, then hold it. If you have the ability to advance that stretch into what's called a twisted lizard, well, I'm in this position here, hand down to the floor, turn at the same time as pulling on that feet, please do so, but the other way is fine as well, okay? We're gonna hold this for 1 minute, okay? So, breathe, relax, can be quite a tight one and an uncomfortable one, so just try and hold it, continue to push the hip to the floor, squeeze the glute, and breathe. Ten more seconds. Okay, release that, relax it back. Okay, you're now going to step the other leg in. Okay, drop the hip down. Like I say, if you have the ability here to get a good stretch through the hip flexors, the anterior part of your hip here, by dropping the hip down, fantastic. If you do then have the ability to allow some knee flexion into the stretch, which will intensify the stretch through down the quad muscles, then please do so, okay? So we pull up. If you need to use a band or something or a towel, then that is absolutely fine as well. And again, we are gonna hold for 1 minute from now. Okay, again, peel yourself out of that one, guys. Come back and just relax for a second. Good. Now we're going to go into a pigeon pose, okay, which is looking to try and stretch the outside of the hips, okay, glutes, etc. If you don't have the ability to go into a pigeon pose, all right, then 2 variations in order to get some sort of stretch. We can cross one leg over the other. We can reach across, get the elbow in the crook of the elbow and pull across ourselves as we sit up nice and tall. Okay, so that's one way. Or we can lay ourselves on our back. We can cross one leg over the other, reach through, grab and pull towards us, and that again should get a good stretch through the glute, okay? However, if you've got the pigeon pose in your locker and you can do that, please do so. So, pigeon pose, we start in this position, kind of like a right angle at our knee joint, and then we're going to aim to come on up. If you need to hold the foot in position, then do so. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to try and square the pelvis like so. Okay, I'm going to start in this position, then I'll probably come down to my elbows once I've started to relax and breathe into it a little bit more. This is a 2-minute hold, guys. Okay, so away we go, breathe. One minute. Really start to relax into it now. So last 30 seconds, I really want you to turn that torso in towards that lead thigh. Should get a bit more of a stretch through the outside of the hip and into the glute. And then just try and relax as you breathe out. Let your body sink to the floor. Okay, slowly peel out of that side. To the other side now. So again, leg up at a right angle here, and then we're going to come up, try and square the pelvis into position, turn the foot to point down and hold. Okay, again, start here if you're quite tight and then move into it a little bit more as we relax into the stretch. 2 minutes, starting now. Last 30 seconds again, just turn your torso, belly button in towards that lead thigh. Relax. Okay, peel yourself out of that, guys. Okay, just wait to come. Lastly, we're going to sit ourselves into a child's pose, okay? 2-minute child pose. So to sit back, reach your arms out in front of you, and we're going to reach right the way back, push our bum right the way back to the heels, and push our arms out in front. Okay, really great release through the lower back. 2-minute hold, then we'll be done. Away we go. Okay, guys, bring yourself out of that. Well done. So, hope you're able to get into some of those positions. If you're not, it's just a continual battle. The more you practice, the better you'll get. If you're going to sit anywhere for long periods of time, try and sit like this. This will help your hip mobility. See you next time.